Now, they now said, by the time they finish barbing the hair, I will hand over my hair to this woman on red, barbing me. I'll hand over my hair to her. Then she'll be the one to get rid of it. Guys, I wasn't comfortable with it at all. I was not comfortable with it. So I protested. If you see me sitting down there, I was really looking so tensed and hungry because I was like, what is this? Now you're asking me to barb my hair and hand it over to a total stranger. Something as important as your hair. I now asked this woman, I was like, what? Is it not for me to trash the hair? My mom can do it. I can't hand over my hair to a complete stranger and ask them to trash. She fled up. The elderly woman fled up. What am I talking about? That is their culture. Will I be the one to come and tell her what to do and what not to do? But guys, it didn't go down well with me. The day we arrived, my husband's hometown in Benue State, being Friday, that same Friday, he was laid to rest. That same Friday. Now, according to their culture, I was asked not to remove anything I was putting on from head to toe. Whatever I'm putting on should remain with me. I shouldn't take it off. I didn't know about this till I got there. I was never aware. I was never told. Now, and what I was wearing wasn't too comfortable. It was a black gown and a turtleneck. The discomfort was so much, I literally felt like, ripping off the clothes off me. I was exhausted. I was tired. But none of those things matter at the time. They insisted that whatever I'm putting on is their culture and I will have to abide by it. I was never told. Now, I had to wear every single thing I was wearing that I left Abuja with, down to my panties, for 3 whole days. Now, I just thank God that I was not in my monthly cycle. Then you can imagine how crazy that was going to be. At some point, I was even soliciting if I can even sneak and at least shower. Well, it wasn't allowed. And that is their culture. I'm going to be playing some clips as I do voiceover and explaining all of these old details. Now, on this day happens to be the 3rd day after my beloved husband was buried. We arrived on Friday. He was laid to rest that same Friday. And according to their culture and tradition, I was instructed not to remove anything from my body. Everything I'm wearing down to my slippers, I was asked not to remove it till after 3 days. Guys, you can imagine how awful that feels. So for 3 days, I didn't bathe, no brushing, nothing. All I do is they'll bring food, you eat, you're just restricted to a place. And that was how I stayed for 3 days. So after these 3 days, I was brought out amidst the women of the village or the community or the king's women. I don't know what to call them, but they are just women from the place. So they were all seated, and I was told my hair was going to be barbed. So the woman on red sitting next to me is my aunt, my mom's younger sister. My mom couldn't make it because she was down at the time. So my aunt was there with me. So now I was asked to barb. This woman barbing my hair, you will give her that 300 or so. Now they now said, by the time they finish barbing the hair, I will hand over my hair to this woman on red barbing me. I'll hand over my hair to her. Then she will be the one to get rid of it. Guys, I wasn't comfortable with it at all. I was not comfortable with it. So I protested. If you see me sitting down there, I was really looking so tensed and hungry, because I was like, what is this? Now you're asking me to barb my hair and hand it over to a total stranger. Something as important as your hair. I now asked this woman, I was like, what? Is it not for me to trash the hair? My mom can do it. I can't hand over my hair to a complete stranger and ask them to trash. She flared up. The elderly woman flared up. What am I talking about? That is their culture. Will I be the one to come and tell her what to do and what not to do? But guys, it didn't go down well with me. It didn't go down well with me. So I was sitting there, I was really so hungry. Now, as if that wasn't enough, I was also instructed that after this barbing of hair, after they finished barbing this hair, I was supposed to go straight to the bathroom. Now, on getting to the bathroom, I will remove everything I was wearing, everything I wore into that village for that 3 days. Now, as at the time I'm barbing this hair, I've stayed in this village for 3 days without bathing, without brushing, nothing. I was just confined in a room for 3 days. It was the 3rd day I was being brought out to start shaving this hair. Now I was asked to go straight into the bathroom, do whatever thing I need to do, brush, bathe. Then everything I was putting on, down to my pants, will be handed over to this same woman on red. That those items belongs to her. I was like, really? I told my mom, no, that this will not happen. I don't know how they're going to do it, but I will not hand over my personal belongings. So after they finished barbing my hair, I was asked to do this very thing I was doing. I've already left that place, came to another location where, according to their tradition, that I've been confined in a place for 3 days. That it's just for me to, it's more like me being free. That I should imagine myself like grinding pepper, trying to make prepare food for my husband. So I did that. I should just grind stone and just behave as if I want to cook. They set up a fire. I should start turning something in the pot like I was about to cook. Gave me broom, a dwarf broom, that should start sweeping. You know, that the whole idea is for that coldness. You know, people with their culture and tradition, though. That the essence of all of these things they are asking me to do is for me to loosen up, is for me to cheer up and don't get so cold. So they were like asking me to get so agile about it. Oh yeah, sweep. Oh yeah, behave as if you want to cook, you know. So all of those things, I did that. I was just looking at them. They were giving all manner of instructions. Guys, it was not an easy journey. It was not. I'm sure my siblings too are seeing this video for it, because I didn't even post it, I didn't even send it to them. I was just waiting the day I'm going to be compiling and explaining all of this. It was not an easy process at all. It was not an easy journey. Now, moving further to the submission of these items. By the time we were done, I was just standing here receiving instructions, what to do, what not to do. So many rules and regulations. Not even the law of Moses is this rigorous. Jesus Christ of Nazareth. I never knew Idoma, Benue is so stocked up with this kind of rules. Like, rules and regulations were much. When I mean much, you know. So I was just listening to them. Do this, don't do this. Do this, don't do this. You know, thou shalt not, thou shalt do, thou shalt not, thou shalt not. All I was just hearing here was instruction, basically, you know. So now, after this whole thing,